What's up, guys? What is up? Welcome back to another episode of Deck Talk Podcast. And we here at Deck Talk Podcast hope that everybody had a Merry Christmas and hopefully a Happy New Year here coming up. This episode is going to be one episode that you will not want to miss. We've got Hunter and Colt with Wild Hunters bait. I'm sorry, I totally just messed that up, guys. But but we got them coming on, and got Will and Gerry also tagging along, and so it's gonna be one episode. But first things first, let's take care of some business. This episode is brought to you by Spocket Blade Dip. Uh, have you ever got tired of just lures that just does not get bit? Transform your blades in seconds with Spike It Blade Dip. That candy shine drives them wild. Match the hatch and hook more. Spike It Blade Dip customized dominates. Get yours today, and I guarantee you guys, you will be impressed with this blade dip. They have a neutralizer that will change it right back to the original color of the blade, and it is going to be something that you definitely need. Oh, Will's got it right there. It is something that you do need to put in the tackle box along with the dies that you have. But with that being said, I'm Colin Burnett.
And I'm Pappy J. It's good to be back, guys. It's good to be real back. Hey, real quick, we got a salute to Valor. We're going to give a big shout out and a salute to Staff Sergeant Michael Cook. MOS was 25 Utah. He's been serving for 18 years, and he's still serving to this day. He's done a tour in Iraq and in Afghanistan. And if I've said it once, I've said it a million times. Thanks to all the men and women that keeps us safe, so that we can do what we do every day. Thank y'all, and we give you a big round salute.
Thank you so much, Michael Cook. Um, but guys, again, like what I was messed up here earlier, we have Colt and Hunter with us. This is going to be one episode I have been looking forward to because these cats here have been making some baits, and I don't know how long have y'all been actually making baits.
Um, 8 months we have been
Hey,
making baits.
yeah,
Yeah.
and I know I've been watching the videos and stuff of Hunter and stuff pouring baits and stuff in the garage, and just the colors, and Will was showing us before we went live just some of the colors and stuff, and the baits that they have had, guys, and this stuff has been phenomenal. I have actually been able, Pappy and I, been able to get our hands on some of these baits, uh, in which I'll go deeper into some of the baits that we've been throwing. I've kind of been using them in a different style than what typically you see people using these baits in. So, but with that said, guys, I hope that y'all, Hunter and Colt, that y'all had a Merry Christmas, and Colt, I'm glad to see that you're feeling a little better.
Yep. Yeah, the old Christmas flu hit him, but he's getting through it. Yep, but Christmas was good as usual.
So, Colt, what is your favorite part about making your own baits?
I like to put them in the microwave and watch the plastic melt.
Yeah, he loves watching that plastic go clear.
I know. Usually, when I'm watching the microwave, I'm watching some food that go around and around trying to warm up, though. So,
Yeah.
Hunter, the same thing for you. What is your favorite part about making baits?
Just like making like all the colors and what colors you can create with baits that may actually work, and they do.
Yeah, I mean, and the thing is Um, I know the colors that I have um, in my possession now. That I mean, here on Chickamauga, they I have been smashing some fish with these colors. Y'all have done one heck of a job with that. So, what is your favorite bait that you pour?
I would say like Sakamata and Cinco.
Yeah. Now, how like do you have a variety size on those the Sakamoto shads?
Yeah,
Can you tell us what they
we
are?
have like 4.8, 5.6,
Right.
and 6 inch, 7 inch, and I think that's it.
So what was the inspiration about starting this making y'all's own lure?
Uh, I think just like creating baits that don't really see that often and like haven't seen, so they can like test them out and help them, you know, and colors, new colors.
Right.
Yeah. And to me that would be the my favorite part is just going out and just pouring some baits and then going and testing them out and seeing and getting the getting satisfied, of being able to say like, I made a bait and I was able to catch fish on this bait. And to me, like, because I tie my own jigs and stuff like that, and being able that first time that I tied some jigs and was able to catch fish on it, it just blew my mind. Like I actually could do something and make something that fish are actually going to eat. And and it's crazy. But guys, this is the Sakamoto shad, actually from the Wild Hunters baits. Um, and since we're talking about the Sakamoto shads, I'll tell you what I have done that I have not ever heard. And if y'all have, because I know that I had texted Gerry and Will about this, guys. But um, I was taking like we call it a peanut rig, which is the smaller version of an A rig by a local bait company, and he calls it a peanut rig. And I've been putting these a on a little A rig. So, or I guess it'd be like the junior A rig would be the size, and um, the action and stuff that you get is totally different than just having a boot tail on it. Because and what it's doing, um, the faster you go, the you would think the more sporadic that they're going to get, which actually they'll kind of single file. Not, I mean, kind of organize in and they'll still kind of move, fluctuate in and out. But the slower you go, uh, and I have the one that I have has five, but we can only have three hooks in it. But the the bait is actually kind of darting off the slower you go. It's actually kind of darting in and out, like it's actually kind of fleeing from a fish. And I have done very well with it. I just done it because the first time when I tried it, I actually forgot to put some swim baits in, and I had a bag of these in the thing. And I was like, well, I want to throw an A rig. Let's see how this works. And it actually turned out pretty well. Um, so Colt, have you been able to throw the Sakamoto shad much?
Um, Couple times. Right.
Yeah, yeah, that's what we were fishing with down in Florida. Usually, when we go down there and fish with Gerry and them guys, is when we use them there.
Yeah. Now, uh, like the 5 inch, I've done a lot better with the 5 inch up here. And usually it's kind of we will kind of tend more towards like the smaller ones, especially spring to fall. But the 5 inch, I seem to get more hits on the 5 inch up here than I would the smaller ones. And I have not thrown that 7 inch one. I want to throw it. I need to throw it more than what I am. Um, but the thing is, guys, these things are phenomenal. And this color, Hunter, can you tell me? Can you see the color that's on this, or is it still kind of? Is it too dark?
I mean, it's kind of too dark.
Yeah, yeah. Because I forgot the color and what it is. But so if people are wanting
Let me see it.
to get,
Is that that looks like that might
I
be
think I can see it. I think it's a Wakasaki.
that's what I thought.
yeah, that's what it is. Yeah, I knew that it was something that was a weird name,
Yeah, it's
but Wakasaki.
Yep. Wagasaki,
So so
no!
which is a Japanese bait fish, in case you're wondering, because I had to find out myself.
so if people are wanting, because I know like these Sakamata shads are very hard to find, especially some good ones. So if people are wanting to buy some, how can they get a hold of y'all to be able to buy them?
They can do it several ways. Message us on Facebook. That's the best way. Call Gerry, whatever. Call me, and because we'll do. Gerry. One thing wanted to mention is these guys do custom colors too. Just like when we go in the bait stores here, we kind of ask them what colors they're looking for, what they want it in, and then we take the orders and come back with it, because that's a big thing. So, but yeah, we'll put our information on there.
Yeah. So and guys, and I'll get what I'll do is in the description I will put the links to Hunter's and Gerry's and Will's Facebook. I need to get Colts to where we can also be able to put his on there, but we'll put it in the description. So it's going to be just one quick little click to be able to contact him. Now I did see something before that Will was showing. You had a 16-inch worm. Am I correct? Is about the size on that?
Yep, that's the one we call the shoestring. That's right. There it is. Show it to him. That's and you just and we do a lot of worm fishing around here, so that one's fun.
Yeah. Let's see. And
Yeah.
how do you use a big worm like that? And because you're like closer to Savannah, Georgia,
Right.
and uh, and Hunter. I'm just going to say Hunter's in Florida because every time I talk to Gerry and Hunter, Hunter's in a different part of Florida, so I can't tie him down to one general area because one day he may be at Headwaters or he's on the Harris Chains or he's in Lake Placid. I mean, there's no telling where he's at. So Colt, how do y'all go about using a big worm like that where you're at?
Dock fishing.
Dock fishing.
And
Oh man!
a lot of just wacky rigging and dropping it. And
Now, do y'all
Oh,
carry
so
a line with you?
y'all will wacky rig a 16-inch worm?
absolutely. And don't do anything. Just drop it and let it go to the and 90% of the time they're gonna catch it on the fall, and that's all you do. And I thought it was the craziest. Like I'd have never done this except for I was fishing with one of our Georgia Southern Bass pros, and he's kind of known to throw some crazy stuff. And he pulled one out and kind of similar. Now his was an 18-inch, and I was like, "What are you doing?" He said, "Just," and nothing was biting. And he said, "Watch this," and I mean, it made a believer out of me, and they do catch. Um,
That that is
I mean,
amazing.
and we had look, I've had 12-inch bass hit it. So
Yeah.
Wow.
So we actually got the traveling fisherman is on, and he says, "Good evening, everyone." So the traveling fisherman, I had the pleasure. I don't know if y'all know him or
For some
not.
reason, but and the shoestring. I mean, those are the two newest baits. We have
We lost
Yeah,
Hunter.
yeah, he's coming back on.
Yeah.
You there?
you got us
Yeah, we
Yeah.
got you now.
okay,
So what were you
and
saying, Gerry?
so we got the 18-inch worm, the 16-inch worm. We've got drop shot baits we haven't released yet. We've been practicing the laminates and stuff on it. What we're trying to do is we're trying to be very creative with products that we know work. And one of the biggest reasons why Hunter wanted to do this, start making baits, is to make stuff that he could use himself and utilize and make his own
Right.
colors that he liked and not buy something that's in a store that everybody can buy. And along the way, he's learned what colors work, what colors don't work. We even have Cincos that we're pouring with glass beads inside for dirty water. When the
Oh
water
wow.
gets dirty, we
Yeah.
can um, we can put glass beads in there, pour them right in there. You hook that up, and now the fish can go by sound.
Really?
Hmm.
So
That's interesting.
so how so I guess like you're putting like two of them in and
Did they
it's
catch
making like
that?
a clicking noise.
Same.
Yep, that's right, like a rattle trap.
Yeah, that is awesome. So Hunter, how do you use a like that big 16 inch
I'm not
down in
hearing Colin at all.
I don't either.
What about me? Y'all got me?
can you hear Pappy?
Got you, yeah. We don't have Colin at all.
Hmm.
Huh. Will, can you hear me?
Yeah. Yeah.
Hey Pappy, will you tell him
Is he
to
frozen? I can't even see movement.
No, he's
No,
moving.
no, he's moving
uh
it.
let's see. Can
So
you
let me,
tell him?
while he's trying to get his stuff fixed, let me explain the Sakamoto shad. We'll sometimes call it the Sako. We'll call it the Sakamoto shad. It's a knockoff of the Sakamoto. It's a wing bait. It works really, really, really well in forward facing sonar. What the wings do is it makes it kind of glide and wobble, which no other bait will do that. You
Mm-mm.
know, and Japanese invented the Sakamoto shad, and we said, you know, man, they're not building it fast enough. Nobody can get their hands on it. So let's get in this. So I got somebody to go ahead and make some molds for me, and we got one up to Will, and Will said, "Man, this is dynamite. Let's get this thing out." And and I believe that Will's working on right now trying to manufacture the molds so that he can also sell the molds. You know,
Oh, that
and
is
we work
awesome.
really close with Spike It and work really close with Low Works, which are the same company on the same roof. Hunter's sponsored by them, and they've been great and helped them out a lot. And I think that Hunter, just turning 14 years old, has surprised the heck out of them with what he can get done.
Yeah. Well, I'll say this. I mean, I've known Hunter. I mean,
Well,
I guess it's been what 6, 7 years, maybe 8 years that I've known Hunter, and
man, I don't know if we're talking to ourselves or what.
Yeah. Can
Oh, we can
so
hear you.
no, yeah. I've got
uh,
everybody. I can hear everybody. It's just I don't think Colin they can't hear you.
I,
yeah. So I don't know if they're gonna have to go out or and come back. If not, then the question's gonna
We're
have to
not hearing
come.
Colin at all.
Yeah.
They're
Hey,
gonna have to
hey,
come from you.
hey,
there's got to
Gerry.
be something going on with you, Jerry, because we can hear. I can hear him.
Hey,
Yeah,
hey,
and
Gerry.
they're commenting in the comments saying that they can hear
Yeah. Hey, Gerry. Won't you log
everybody.
out and then log back in and see if that works?
Oh, okay.
So Colt, while Jerry's doing that, he says, "Yeah, no audio." Uh, the traveling fisherman. Uh, let's see. I mean, because everything looks like it's going good on my end. I've got signal and the mic is working, and y'all can hear me, correct?
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, we got
Okay.
you.
Um. So, uh, so Colt says you are all good. Okay, I got you. Um. So, have you been able to use, with you being like close to Savannah, do you use any of these baits in saltwater as well?
Congratulations, well done.
What in the world was that?
That
Hold on. Yeah, I'm going to I'm going to show you. Let me go get our latest ones. Hold on one second.
okay, okay.
So, people, if you don't know, I got a new board that I've been messing around with, and we're just having
He's been
fun.
having a blast.
Yeah.
We got on, I guess, or what is around 12:30, 1 o'clock, and we was just playing around
Yeah.
with the new board.
Mm.
So if
Oh,
you hear something crazy, it's Pappy with playing with his new board.
Oh
So
no!
uh, let's see. Let's get this
Yeah.
sized up and
Just leave
fixed
it.
real quick. Can you hear us now?
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay,
good.
okay.
Good.
Heck yeah.
so talking about the saltwater, like you said, because yeah, we're down here. We're 2 hours from any good lake, so a lot of our stuff is the river, panfish, saltwater, inland fishing. So some of the latest ones we're kind of working on is some good
A
shrimp.
shrimp. Yeah.
Oh yeah, yep. And of course those Sakamata shads. We testing those, and they do great in saltwater too. You know, like we talked about before, a redfish and a bass, they and a trout and all, they gonna hit about the same thing. You can
Can
adjust
you
the time.
Right, right.
can you
They got
show
the
that
same
Sakamoto chat again? Sakamoto, how you say that?
Sakamata.
Sakamoto.
Sakamoto. I like to see that.
You,
Is that the one with the wings?
yeah, yeah,
Yep.
yeah. You see how it's, let's see. You can kind of see it right there.
Oh yeah. Yeah, for
And
some
that's
reason.
the reason why, like when I had it on the A rig, that it was darting off like that was because of
Okay, I
that
got you.
wing.
I got you. Yeah.
So, um, but so I do want to say real quick, we have the traveling fisherman is on, and he came from Alaska. He spent 3-4 months in Alaska and traveled to Missouri, and then he just came through Chattanooga here this past weekend, and we were able to, or the day after Christmas, and we was able to meet up with him um, as well at the Bass Pro, and uh,
Mm.
and done a little video. But he's actually in close to Gerry and Hunter. Uh, he's in that southern Florida area. So, but traveler, I'm glad you got safe, got home, or got to Florida safe. And Alan Armour, what's up, brother? I have not seen you in a minute. So, um, and so Hunter and Gerry, Alan says, "What's up?" So,
Hey.
so Hunter, with that, do you use the 16-inch, the shoestring, what y'all call it? Do you use it a lot or any down in Florida?
Yeah.
And so, how do you
It works good.
rig a big bait like that?
I just usually still hook it as a Texas rig.
Right. And what size hook are you using?
6/0.
A 6/0? Yeah,
Yep.
because and do you? Because I know, like when I use a bigger worm, and if I'm Texas rigging it, I will bring it farther on down the line, or like not down the line, but I'll bring uh instead of having the hook at the nose of the worm, I will bring it through a little bit to where the worm kind of goes up about 2 inches up above the hook, to where that hook, and I won't go higher than a 5/0, and so I'll bring it to where it's coming through about 2 inches above the hook is where I'll come out, and then Texas rig it that way.
We're gonna blow up Google tonight. Watch this. That 16-inch worm that we call the shoestring and the 18-inch worm that we call Zilla. We have a
Yep.
technique that the pros have been using called the chicken rig. Do y'all know
Oh
what
yeah.
the chicken rig is?
Yeah.
We'll send you some shoestrings, and I want you to try the chicken rig on that. Dude,
Okay.
you'll catch 13-inch fish on that 16-inch worm. It's crazy.
Well, that don't surprise me, but what surprised me is the chicken rig. Doing that's something
It works.
else. I'd never thought about putting a big worm.
Yeah,
so are you guys not Carolina rigging at all down there? Is that not a thing?
Oh no, we Carolina rig, but you got to remember, Florida's very limited on deep water.
Right.
You know, we only have certain lakes like the Highlands area where my lake house is. That's got lakes that are 30, 40 feet. But I mean, we're on Okeechobee. We hardly get out of 5 feet of water.
Okay.
So we don't Carolina rigging at 5 feet of water.
Right.
So.
And say, and that's and it's crazy to think that like Okeechobee is really that shallow. I mean, it's one of the biggest lakes, I mean, in the country, and and it's 5 foot deep, and so with it being 5 foot, does that really play more effect with it? With kind of like what they're doing with the grass. So grass plays more effect on Okeechobee than it would, I guess, like I would say like Lake Placid or something like that. Am I correct?
That's correct. I mean, Okeechobee doesn't have all the brush piles that Lake June or Lake Placid have.
Right.
Doesn't really have the rocks. You know, doesn't really have trees. You know, now when I say 5 feet, we spend a lot of time fishing in 5 feet. If you go to the middle of Lake Okeechobee, there's one little spot where you lose sight of land all the way around your boat. You don't see land any place, no matter which way you look. And you look at your depth finder, you'll be in 12 feet of water.
Yeah. That's crazy.
Yeah, that is crazy.
Yeah,
so
there'll be no structure out there whatsoever. You'll be looking at depth finder.
So what so with that being said, and I guess because like with here, when it gets like, let's say I'm going down the river on Chickamauga, and I mean it's easily 40 to 60 foot in the river channel here.
Mm-hmm. That's how.
But then, right, and so, and usually like when I'm starting to get into 8 foot, I'm backing that sucker down because I know here that it could go from 8 foot to nothing, and especially in the wintertime. And that's the reason why, like, we'll tell people to, when they start dropping the water, that you want to run main channel, or just run the channels. And
yeah,
so Hunter, when you're
8 foot to nothing is a sandbar on that nothing.
Right. Yeah, they just pop up.
It's an oyster bed.
Yeah. So Hunter, does it, because you have your own boat, does so does driving? I mean, because them y'all get up on pad and y'all are hammering down on Okeechobee, and are y'all going what 70 mile an hour or so on pad in 5 foot of water?
In 2 foot, 2.5, we just rip it.
I'm gonna be ripping. I'm gonna be ripping
I said, Hunter,
something.
I
Is
said, what
what?
would you do if you was running this boat? He said, I'd let it eat.
Yeah,
Let it eat.
I'm
Hey,
gonna tell you right now. I'm gonna tell
That
you right
boy
now.
just
I'm ripping.
explained it to you right there, man. You get in 2 feet of water, you just let her eat, man. You just
I hope your
Congratulations. Well done.
yeah, yeah. Well done. I'm telling you,
Yeah,
I
I'm ripping
shoot.
that seat with my butt's what I'm ripping.
Yeah, that's
but
clinching.
see
You're
that's
clinching that
where
seat.
that that's where what I said before comes in effect. We don't have all the rocks and the trees y'all got.
Yeah,
We run
Right.
through vegetation all the time. In
Yeah.
this certain areas we have lime rock, but in that, don't get me wrong, Okeechobee has some deep water, but I'll tell you where it is. It's the rim ditch that they dug around it to make the big dam around it.
Yeah.
That does get 30, 35, 40 feet deep, but that's
Oh,
because it's
really?
handmade from making the dike all the way around the lake.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, so, Colt, what is your favorite I say body of water because you you do have saltwater access. So, where is your favorite place to go and fish?
I like Palm Bay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Palm Bay.
Yeah.
Headwaters, baby.
Yeah. He likes to go to Florida.
Yeah.
That's Palm Bay. That's Headwaters, where Hunter and I were for the last 3 days.
Yeah.
Um. So Steven says, "Is that in an aluminum boat?" No, he's got a 21 foot fiberglass boat. Uh,
Ranger.
a
Ranger with
Ranger boat. I could not. I did not want to say. I was going to say Triton, but I knew it wasn't Triton. But he's got
no.
a Ranger that is nice. It is. Um, yeah, it's he's doing that, Stephen, in a fiberglass. So, um, and Hunter, I already think I know where you're gonna say, but where's your favorite? You've been fortunate to be able to go and travel. I mean, all over the United States and do some fishing. So, where is your favorite place to fish?
New Hampshire smallmouth fishing.
Oh, you changed it on me. You changed it on. I thought he was
Curveball.
going to say chick. So,
Uh,
uh,
Chickle's a very, very, very big piece of his heart because when he won that Bill Dance out there with that 909 largemouth, I mean
yeah,
that. But man, you got that one big fish that won him a lot of money. But when we went up to New Hampshire, I mean, you're in 181 feet of water running your boat, and you pull over to 40, 50 feet and catch 60, 70 smallmouth. I mean, that's a heck of a day, and those things go to the air all the time, man. They just jump and jump and jump.
man, that's
Mm.
that is. I mean, I mean, would I like going and catching big greenfish or catching a bunch of big football smallmouths? I don't know.
First,
I think I'd have to go with some
smallmouth never
smallmouths.
existed.
I'm going smallies all day.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what I say. Catch
Uh,
smallmouth. I've never heard of that myself.
Yeah, yeah.
yeah. So we got a question that says, uh, "Is the grass continue to rebound on Okeechobee?"
I'll handle that one.
Mm.
Um, Okeechobee got exceptionally low last year to the point where they were talking about canceling tournaments. And what that did is allowed the wind to get across that lake and move all that muck that was on the bottom from the spraying into big piles the way the wind was blowing. So what it did is it created new growth where the ground was exposed. And the answer to that question is absolutely. If we can keep them off of that lake and not allow them to spray, we're going to be in really good shape because we've got growth that we haven't seen in there in 8 or 10 years now.
Wow, that's good. So, my dad put a comment in here right after Hunter said that in 2 foot of water he's just letting it eat. Uh, he put in here. He says relate your first week with your new boat and ripping the lower unit off on Chickamauga in the wintertime. I did do that. My second trip out in my new boat, I was in Chester Frost and I about threw my brother in law in the water, and because I was coming through and I hit a little sandbar up that had a stump on it, and I centered that sucker, guys. Had to put a new lower unit, new prop, everything on the back on the lower end with 2 trips in into the boat. So
How long? How long did it take you to fix that?
I was out for about a week and a half. The
Okay,
guys at Island Cove Marina was able to get it fixed right up for me.
when we
So
make a trip to your neck of the woods to Chick,
mhm.
we're carrying an extra lower unit, 3 propellers, trolling motor, extra electronics, extra lithium batteries. So if we have a mishap, we're running within hours. As soon as we can get to the truck, we can repair it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's when it's nice when you can just have it in the back of the truck and just swap that sucker out.
Yeah.
So what other kind of baits do y'all have um, with the Wild Hunters baits?
Uh,
I need
we
Ned
have
Rig.
yeah.
Well, why don't you take that one?
Yeah, let me go. Let me go get a couple of them because here we got some. We got some good looking crawls, of course. We're gonna have a traditional
Yeah,
bugs and the shrimp that I showed you. But
While he's gone, I'll tell you, we have everything. We have the worms, we have shrimp, we have craws, we have swim baits, we have pinpoint baits. Um, you name it. I think Hunter's someplace around 100 moles in stock right now.
wow. So Hunter, do you have like a Ned rig bait as well?
Yep.
Yeah.
So is it just like the TRD? Is it just like a straight little 2.75 inch or
Yeah. Yeah. 3 inch and 4 inch.
a 3 inch and a 4 inch?
Mm-hmm.
Stephen
there,
Sturgeon wanted to know if y'all had any speed worms with cutter tails.
we got
Yeah.
a
We do.
worm. We sure do.
Yeah.
We actually we
Now what?
actually trying to be really unique in some of the stuff that we're doing. We have a speed
Yeah.
worm that has a hole through the tail, and when you reel it, it creates air bubbles.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, you,
These are the Colt was making over Christmas, of course.
Oh, yeah.
There's your big candy cane.
that's funny. so so how
Oh,
does
well.
the spike it dies go? Does the spike it dies go well with these baits? Because I know some of the dyes, like especially with the Elastec and stuff, uh, will eat through the baits.
Mm-hmm.
So does the spike it dyes? Will it work well on these baits as well?
Oh yeah, this plastic. This is the plastic you want for spiking for sure. So those dyes, they go with our vinyl PVC plastisol. That's what you want it for. And of course, Spike it's got the Elastint for your Elastec type baits.
Right.
But yeah, spike it dyes, worm paints, all that go well.
Yeah. So, so how and to Colt and Hunter, like how? What is your thought process? Like, let's say you're working on a stick bait or a Cinco. Um, so, what is your thought process when you're wanting to make a bait and you're trying to think of colors? How do you go about? Do you just kind of just go and just mix colors into the jar and just kind of just play around with it and see what happens, or do you really have? Are you thinking things out like? I think if I do mix these two colors or whatever, how do you go about thinking of different colors? Because the color coordination that y'all have has been phenomenal that I have seen.
We do both.
Oh, you do
Yeah.
both?
Just we just think them up, or we just mix things all together.
Well,
Right.
I'll show you how Colt does. He'll show you. Come here. One thing he does basically. So Hunter, of course, Hunter. He's thinking about his fish and where he's at and the bait fish and what am I going for or whatever. Colt just digs in here. and then he's like, all right, let's go with this one. And that's how he gets his inspiration. He just likes to be creative.
Yeah,
Now
I think
on that stick worm, that candy cane that you have, what's the length on it?
On the that big ribbon tail, the Zilla,
Yeah,
it's an 18-inch.
and it's what is it? Black and white?
Do what, buddy?
Was it black and white?
Yeah, we got some black and white ones. That last one we had was that new emerald green color that we've got. And then we've got some other ones here. Let's see. Yeah, take that one.
So,
Yeah.
so while he's looking for that, let me explain something to you. We do a lot of shows, Hunter and I. We do a
Mm-hmm.
lot of
right.
appearances at tackle stores. Right now, Hunter's baits are in 3 tackle stores here. Colt's baits are in 3 tackle stores up in Georgia. So it's
Nice.
kind of neat because they work Georgia, we work Florida. The
Right.
biggest asked question is, what color do these come in? And I'm going to give you the answer. If you can think it, we can build it. So you tell me
Yeah,
what
and that
you want, and we will build it.
yeah, and that's one thing that makes y'all stand out. Is just the different color combinations that y'all have come up with.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep. Um,
We have a recipe book that we share, that Colt and
Right.
Hunter share, and right now that recipe book's at 250 colors.
Oh wow.
Golly.
8 months in. 8 months in.
Yep,
Magic.
Yeah.
that's it. That's it. And I don't know, when we were having that little glitch with, I don't know if you can hear me or not, but one of the things that we've come out with just recently, and Colin, you've not seen it or probably heard of it. Everybody has a big dilemma with bass fishing in muddy water. When all of a sudden you practice, everything was clear. Day of the tournament, you go there and it's off color and the fish aren't biting. You
Mhm.
know,
Yeah.
when fish lose their visibility, they have to go on smell and
Mhm.
sound. So Hunter is pouring glass rattles into Cincos and worms,
Oh yeah.
and man, you get your hands on those in dirty water, they work. Let me tell you, they work.
So
Man.
so how does that work? I'm assuming that there's a hollow spot in the worm to
No,
where
no, I hate to give you the secret, but I'll give it anyway because
no, don't do that. Don't do
they're
that.
just kids. But I'll tell you what we do. We pour the worm in 2 sections. We'll pour the tail section, let it harden a little bit, keep it hot. We'll go ahead and stick the glass rattle in the very tip of the worm, put the tails back in, and then pour the worm or the sinker again, and it puts the glass rattle right inside.
Wow.
Oh man.
Yeah, it stays right in there.
That is
That is.
that is
Yeah.
awesome. I mean that's more than awesome. That's really that's a big deal.
Hunter's just turned 14 years old, and Colt's 14.
Hmm.
At least I think Colt's 14, if I remember right.
that's all right. Yeah.
And they're young guys, and we're not going to overwhelm them with this tackle business because there's got to be a good balance. Number one, they got to be able to compete in tournaments. They got to pay attention to their schoolwork. They got to pay attention to family time, and then making baits. So we're not going to overwhelm them. And what I've done since Hunter's baits have become so popular in Florida, and he's had a head start on Colt because Colt was playing football, and that was important, playing a sport.
Yep.
We've actually got some of the kids in the fishing club to come work for Hunter to help make baits.
Oh, nice.
Oh man,
You spreading the love.
So, and can you, Gerry or Hunter, you when you started and stuff, like you wanted to be able to have baits that, like, especially because you're fishing uh, with like in the youth and like in school and stuff. Now you was wanting to be able to where the kids can be able to afford to be able to go and get, because some of like the Sakamoto shads and stuff, for instance, like they were kind of getting ridiculous on the pricing wise. So what is it that you do for like the kids, the youth anglers and stuff with the baits? Because if I and again, I'm trying to think of what Gerry had told me about it before, um, because y'all have given a bunch of baits to the kids to make sure that they have baits. Am I correct?
That's correct. What we've done is Hunter's actually attended tournaments with 5-gallon buckets and asked all the anglers, if you don't mind all the dead plastics in the bottom of your boat, can you throw them in these 5-gallon buckets? And at the end, I'll come collect the buckets. What he does, he takes all that plastic and he melts them down together, and he'll pour baits. He'll bag them and he'll give them for free to kids that can't afford to buy tackle.
Yeah, that's what it was. Yeah, and that's amazing that that at 14 years old that he's thinking of somebody else besides himself. I mean, because I know at 14 years old, all I cared about was baseball and fishing. So,
Yeah.
Well,
so
not only that, but it keeps the plastics out of our landfills and stuff.
right.
And as long as you don't burn the plastic, they're great colors that come out of it. I mean, think about it. If you get enough of it and you put all the June bug together, what do you end up with? June bug. If you put all
Yeah.
the blacks together, you end up with black.
Yep.
So sometimes we even melt them and we do laminates. So one half will be June bug, one half will be black. And
And
Oh, that's awesome.
there's a lot of guys don't know what to do with it.
right, these kids
Yeah.
that can't afford the baits, you should see their face light up. Hunter's been very, very, very lucky that he's had companies give him rods and reels and all this stuff, and changes rods and reels every year. Hunter actually has shown up at tournaments and saw where kids were using the boat captain's rods and reels, and he ran to the truck, got rods and reels, and came over and gave the kids free rods and reels.
Man.
Instead of selling his stuff at the end of the year, which he's allowed to do by his contracts with the rod company,
Right.
he just gives them away to kids that don't have equipment.
Yep.
That's crazy. I mean, and Hunter, I mean, we applaud you for that. I mean, because again, at 14 years old, we were not thinking of that, and for you to think of somebody else is great, and I throw Colt in that as well.
Oh yeah, he makes a
I
lot
just
of buddies because they come and wear me out at the house when they come visit.
right, and that's what I was about to say. I know more about Hunter because I've known Hunter for a lot longer time than I have known Colt, and so.
Oh yeah,
But
yeah. I guess when it's always around you, it's one thing, but his buddies when they come visit, they're like, "Hey, Mister Will, we're gonna go to the back make these." They come
right.
up. Oh
So
yeah.
Now I'm going to tell you, Hunter does get forced into some situations, especially by friends of mine. When we were out there fishing, I happened to get a call from Jimmy Houston, and Hunter had to kiss a bass today.
He sure did.
Yeah, he had to. Jimmy Houston requested that Hunter kiss one bass. I did a video. It's going to show up on one of Hunter's videos, but I also did a video with my phone, and I sent that to Jimmy, and Jimmy answered right back. He goes, "Way to go, Hunter."
Now, Hunter, was that your first kiss?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Trust me, they get better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that means we got to put Colt on the stage next. He's got to kiss a fish. Have you kissed
Oh
him?
yeah, he'll do it.
But we got to have proof though.
Oh, we'll
Right?
send
Yeah.
the video. Matter of
Yeah.
fact, we're going tomorrow. If it's not too cold and shutting them down too much, we might drag one out of there.
Heck
That's
yeah.
right.
We want to see
So,
it.
yeah, we definitely want to see it.
Oh, yeah.
Let's see.
You know, one of the biggest things, and Hunter also has been teaching kids how to pour their own baits, and we're not afraid of them becoming competition. We'd rather educate the kids and keep the kids doing something rather than being on an iPhone or iPad or
Yeah.
PlayStation or watching TV. So we actually last Saturday had a class where we invited all these kids to come pour your own baits. And when the parents showed up to pick them back up, they're like, "You poured those baits by yourself?" And they're like, "Yeah, he showed us how." So the parents all go,
Yeah.
"What do we owe you?" He said, "You don't owe us anything. No, you don't owe us, man. We're just happy to help out." You know,
Yeah.
and seeing a kid make their own bait and go catch a fish on it, that's incredible. Hey,
Yeah.
you two guys as adults, if you made your own baits and went out there, you'd be proud as heck that you caught fish on your own bait.
Oh,
Oh yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
That's
Yep.
for sure. Now, Hunter and Gerry, um, and Colt and Will, you can answer this as well. But I think it's going to be more. This question's going to be more focused towards Hunter and Gerry. But can you tell us, or just talk a little bit about like the Kids for Fishing, and what y'all are trying to do with it?
Hunter, you want to go? Or you want me to go?
I can go. We help kids like fish. Let's see. We have like programs for them to like um fish and stuff for like professional anglers and just like other kids that know how to fish. Help little kids like let's see, like third grade to.
You struggling, buddy? Let
You're good, Hunter.
Yeah. Um, we started Kids for Fishing. It's on its way to be a 501c3 nonprofit, and our intent is for Colt and Hunter and maybe a couple other kids to own Kids for Fishing in the future. But what we've
Right.
done is not only is it a tournament platform, but they also have to help the local sheriff's department run a kids tournament. They also have to clean up boat ramps. They also have to go through boater safety with us, all free of charge. They also have to learn how to load and unload a bass boat. We teach them that. They're also going to have an event where it's going to be skills competition on trolling motor and casting. Like you have to get to a cone, you got to flip into a hula hoop. Once you do that, you can move to the next cone. Then you got to flip into a further hula hoop, and it's going to teach them how to control the boat. We already have, and I don't mind saying this, we already have Zoom calls set up for the kids with Buddy Gross, Keith Boucher, um, Roland Martin, and the kids are going to be able to get on a Zoom conference call and ask them whatever they want to ask them and talk with them. And these guys have all said, absolutely, we'll do that. We got some days where we take the kids out paintballing. We had some of the kids get certified in scuba diving. Hunter's certified now, and a couple of the other kids are. And it
Yeah.
really helps when they make baits. They go under the water and make me cast them, and they see how the baits react and how the colors look underwater. So it's not just a fishing club; it's just a kids organization, and we're going to have cookouts, stuff like that. And we're trying to keep this as cheap as possible for the kids, or as free as possible for the kids. And just we went out and asked a few people to put their names on the shirts, and we raised $13,000 just on sponsorship on the shirts.
Wow.
Yeah, that is phenomenal.
Yeah.
There's a question that says, Hunter, can you do a video on? Let's see. Hold on. Where is it? Can you do a video on YouTube about forward-facing sonar?
Yeah, we can do that.
So, um, and with that, that was a guy named Mike. With that, Mike, and I'm sure what's with that video, they're going to take some bait with sonic coat and without sonic coat, and let you see the
Yes, we
difference
will.
on it.
Yeah, we will.
And so,
And also,
but go
also
ahead,
to
Jerry.
take it even further, Hunter's boat's equipped in the front with Active Target 2 and with the LVS 34 Garmin. So we'll show you the difference between Garmin and Lowrance on the front of the boat.
Yeah. So yeah, that would be one heck of a video. And the thing is, uh, when Jerry and I went out fishing, we were talking about like just how well the kids are picking up this forward facing sonar, and it just comes like second nature to them, to where us as older gentlemen will over here just beating our head against a rock trying to figure this stuff out. And
Yeah.
so, but yeah, that's uh, Hunter has. You do have a few videos showing, right, Hunter, on YouTube about a forward facing sonar, don't you?
Yeah, we do.
We did one for Will. They aired it at ICAST. They looped it, and he actually talks about it, shows you without a Ned rig, without a Ned
Yeah,
rig with, and he actually catches a bass. You can see the bass eat the bait on the video.
yeah, and that's.
Awesome.
But speaking, do you use a Ned rig down in Florida, Hunter?
Yeah.
That's and because like around here, like if we're using Ned rigs and stuff, like we're using them around the rock rip wraps, and we're using them against the bluffs and stuff like that. What kind of structure are you using the Ned rigs on in Florida? And then we'll take that question to Colt. And what are, if you're using the Ned rigs, what kind of structure are you using it around?
We use it around brush piles.
Just brush piles?
Hmm.
And so are you putting on there? Uh, are you using a bigger, like a trailer for that Ned rig on those brush piles, or are you keeping it as that the 3 inch uh, the Ned rig, like the TRD that y'all have?
We use trailers.
Yeah. So what about you, Colt? What are you using if you're using a Ned rig in your, excuse me, in your area? Um, what kind of structure are you fishing it around?
Those same brush piles.
Yeah.
Usually ones that we put out that we spent so cut.
So, um, so do y'all have like in the future or something like that to where you maybe try to go into crappie baits?
Yeah, that's what I was going to bring up around here. Is we got a lot of river fishing, pan fishing, of course, crappie is
Right.
big time, and this is some of our latest ones we've been working on right here. But
Oh
we
man.
the 14 diamond carrot.
Oh man.
Yeah. So we have a lot of our local stores around here. That's what they're looking for, stuff like that, and
Right.
it's
So, um, and I don't know if y'all do this or not. Like during the summertime, like I'll use the paddle tail swim baits. But then, like during the wintertime when the water starts to get, especially once it starts getting into the low 60s, especially in the 50s, I will change it from that paddle tail to where it's a boot tail. Do y'all have a boot tail? Because the reason why I changed to that is because I found out for me that like I can slow crank that boot tail swim bait, and it doesn't really matter how cold the water gets; it still will have a more of a natural swim to it than just a regular paddle tail. And it seems like the paddle tail will kind of freeze up a little bit more, or get stiffer than what the boot tail. Do y'all have uh, like a swim bait that would have a boot tail to it?
we've got let's see, we've got regular straight tails and we've got the V tail. We've got we don't have the boot tail. We do have that pinpoint uh, that Gerry uh, showed me came out with. It's a really that's an awesome one too.
Right. So,
We do.
Happy, you got any questions?
We do
No,
have
no,
a we have a boot tail jig. I mean mold.
Awesome, awesome. Yeah, because I may have to get some boot tails from you because that, especially now, and I don't know. I guess it's just displacing more water with that boot tail. Jerry, is that the reason why that would work better
Exactly.
in colder water?
Exactly. You're displacing more water, which means you're making more noise under the water.
Right.
Yeah.
So,
Hey, I want you guys, since you throw Carolina rigs a lot, I want you guys to try something.
all right.
okay,
I want you guys to use a 1 ounce jig, tie your
okay.
leader off of that with your back bait. So you have two
Oh, I've already
different
do
baits.
that.
You got a jig and then you got a back bait, whatever your Carolina bait is.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but I don't. I have used a jig. Um, to tell you what I do that I've done better with than the jig is a Tokyo rig as the weight.
Oh, okay. That'll work too.
Yeah. So
But it seems like whenever we do a Carolina rig and put the lizard on a 2 foot leader and tie it on a jig, then
right.
we'll catch some of the fish on the lizard, but we'll also catch fish on the jig.
Mhm.
Yeah. Oh,
You
and
know,
see, and that's the
sometimes they don't want what's floating around behind. They'll go pick a jig up instead.
right. Well, because how many times have you swung on a Carolina rig and they just come up and just picked up the weight just because it's dragging
Oh yeah,
along,
yeah.
and
Hey, hey,
and
I'm gonna blow your mind. No, and you've never thought of this. And I got witnesses that could attest to this. Many years ago, I was on a smallmouth lake practicing
right.
for a tournament, and 2 days before the tournament, they were absolutely killing a spinnerbait. The day before the tournament, I went back out there to some different spots, and man, you'd feel the blades stop, and then they start again. You feel the blades stop, and they start again. And I go, what in the heck's going on? And it just kept happening, happening, happening. And I realized they're grabbing the blades. So that night, the night right before the tournament, I got a drill and I drilled a hole in the blade and I put a treble hook in the end of the willow leaf. I
Right.
won the tournament and every fish was caught on the blade.
Really.
Yeah, they were
And
attacking the
that
blade.
did not, it didn't hang up on the bait or
Nope,
on the
not at
trailer.
all. Not at all.
Interesting.
Put a
And it
By
didn't
the
treble
way,
hook
affect,
right on
Hunter
the end
Bates
of
has
the
got a new
blade.
blade coming out.
so it didn't affect the swivel of the blade or nothing.
Didn't seem to. Hey, I
Oh
won the
my,
tournament with it, so it didn't mess it up bad.
wow.
You know, sometimes you got to be very creative, man. That was in the state of New Hampshire. It was on a lake called Squam Lake. If you ever seen that movie called On Golden Pond, a lot
Oh
of that
yeah.
was filmed on that lake. And that
Yeah,
was the
that's
lake. I had to drill a hole in the blade and put a small treble in, and they came all on that treble hook.
Yeah, that's going in the bank.
yeah.
Yep.
Well, I'll just say this: Gerry just dated himself with saying that movie because that movie was the first movie that my mom and dad went to on their first date to go
Okay.
watch.
Well, the
It's
reason,
a good one.
let me
It
tell you
is a
the
good one.
reason. When I was fishing that lake, Ray Scott, who owned Bass at the time, was a good
Right.
friend of mine. He came up and fished with me, and he brought the editor. So they did an article, featured me in an article of Bassmaster magazine, and they named it On Golden Pond.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So, what kind of like this 2025 is pretty much in the books, and 2026 is right at the front door. So, Hunter and Colt, what do you have plans, or what are your goals for 2026? And it could be fishing with the baits or just whatever. What are y'all's goals for this next year?
New baits and new colors.
Yep.
Are you going to be fishing more tournaments?
Yes.
Yeah.
Colt,
Yep.
what about you, brother?
I just want to travel a lot more and go different places.
Yep. You want to
Well,
fish?
if
Yeah, he's what
well,
he's what.
I'll just say this: instead of heading south every now and then, you can head up north towards Chattanooga, and we can go hammer some fish on Chickamauga or Nickajack.
Oh yeah, I've always wanted to fish Nickajack. That's a cool lake.
Well, I tell you, Pappy surprised me. You want to tell them what you found out, what they just announced, Pappy? What you told me today?
Yeah, so I was watching. I was like everybody else, just scanning through the old interweb, and come to find out, so they did the top ranking in the Tennessee of all the lakes in the state of Tennessee. Well, back I'd say 5 years ago, little maybe a little longer, maybe not as long. Anyhow, Lake Chickamauga was in the top five, and
Well, it was the
Nickajack,
top lake in Tennessee for
yeah,
the longest.
and Nickajack was like on the latter end of it. Well, come to find out, now Nickajack is a top three lake, and Chickamauga is I think it's ranked 7 in the state of
Yeah,
Tennessee, which is huge,
yeah.
huge.
Yeah.
But
What do
one
you
good
think
thing,
that pressure and just people? What do you think causes those changes?
because every time you turn
Pressure,
around on Chickamauga, you have
30 tournaments.
anybody
Yeah,
that's from the north, and which Gerry can contest to this on Chickamauga. Anybody that's like Kentucky and above, like they don't want. Not that they don't want to, but it's a whole lot closer for them to come to Chattanooga than it is for them to go to Okeechobee.
Right.
And so people will they know that you could. It's not that every time you come to Chickamauga or you put the boat in on Chickamauga, you're going to catch a big fish. But the likelihood, that you have a chance to be able to catch your PB on Chickamauga. And for the longest time, I think it had like 10, 11 years that Chickamauga was in the top 5, but it was in the top 3 best bass fishing lakes in the United States. But we just got hammered so hard, and it's just I don't see how like Okeechobee or Lake Fork and stuff like that they're always right there in Gunnersville. I don't see how, because Gunnersville is just like uh, Chickamauga, with it being the Tennessee River. Not it fishes similar to it in ways, but it has a whole lot more grass. So I think that's probably what helped keeps uh, the fish where they're at. And but I don't see how Okeechobee and Lake Fork can handle the amount of pressure that it puts on it day in, day out.
Yep.
It used to be to where Wednesday was a day that you wanted to go on Chickamauga because nobody's on there. Now you cannot go to a boat ramp on any day and find to where there's not at least 4 or 5 people from out of state at a public boat ramp. So
Well, that's the thing too, and that really when Hunter got into bait making and Colt and everything that came from Gerry is like you said, there's so many tournament trails now,
yeah,
and these get you'll take a Saturday where you might have a bass that's going to be presented 5 baits that Saturday, so you
yep,
better have something special,
Yeah.
and that's why these custom baits are so important now because you can't just go to Walmart or Bass Pro, whatever, pick something up and expect to have something different. Um, but yeah, that pressure, it's definitely changing a lot of lakes. And like I said, maybe with Okeechobee now they're not spraying as much, and maybe because people aren't doing as good and getting a little pressure off, it'll come back. So I guess it all
yeah.
balances out.
Yeah.
So Tyler Thompson said Colt is the GOAT. So
That's why.
I hope you
Hey,
know.
that's why we brought Colt in, man. We like Colt. Colt's like one of the family to us now.
Oh yeah.
So, but yeah, and so when Pappy was telling me that this morning when he told me that, it kind of floored. Well, it did, but it didn't because Nickajack, like you can go on the top end and go smash some smallmouth. The south end, they've got the Florida Strand largemouth out there that they're doing nothing but just getting big. And uh, I know this past year, I know 5 or 6 people that has caught double digits on Nickajack just this year, and to where it was really kind of a hidden gem. Is only the local people knew about Nickajack, and we would go to Nickajack just to get away from the pressure from a Gunnersville or Chickamauga. And
Mhm.
now since the Bass Pro Tour came down there and slayed them, and Wheeler showed that you can go catch smallmouth on the top end, and Jake Lawrence went to the south end and smashed them on the top water. Then so ever since then, it's just been a packed house. So everywhere we go is a packed house. So uh, that's when we start going back to what we call Lake X. So
There you go.
Hey,
And
hey,
spot Y. Yeah.
Hunter's got a question to ask.
okay.
I know you caught a big and chick. How big was it?
1134.
Wow, it was big.
Yeah. 25 1/4 inches long. And it was 24 3/4 inches round.
Wow.
That
Mm-mm-mm.
sucker was fat.
So,
Hey, I
so I
got a
got a
question,
question
guys,
to
because I
ask
get
you
this a lot.
myself. Can we let the cat out of the bag and tell everybody whose social media editor is for Hunter now?
Oh
If
yeah.
if if you want to,
I think Spike is. I think after Will and I talked, I think he's in agreement too for Spike it. But we're going to be using Colin to edit all of
thank you.
Hunter's videos. Matter of fact, tomorrow there'll be an envelope dropped in the mail with some chips for him to start editing some shows.
Yep, and
Great.
we're looking forward to it. And I tell you this, Hunter, I'm looking forward to iCast because I'm ready to bring the drones out and get some drone footage. Because I think right after iCast, I think we're going to go hit the water, aren't we?
Yes, we are.
So, and I know Pappy's excited about all that too, and so we're stoked about getting everything rolling for y'all, and we're ready to see how big the wild hunter's bait's going to get, and to see how big the Hunter B Outdoors is going to get. We're excited for everything that y'all are doing, and
Yeah,
we're
we
just
want to
lucky.
we want to get Colt down to ICAST too, and have him come with us to do that footage because he'll be out of school.
Yep.
Oh yeah, yep. So that's going to be fun. We're going to. It's going to be a blast, and uh, and the thing is, like, guys, that I've got to see Hunter grow up right before my eyes, and it seems like the first time that I seen him, he was just a little feller, and now he's probably about 1.5 feet taller than I am.
He
And
doesn't look like a 14-year-old kid. I can tell you that.
no, he don't. But and to see one thing that I'm really glad to see, and then to see, I'm going to be able to see Colt do the same thing, is to see how well that they. I spent last ICAST. I spent a lot of time with Gerry and Hunter, and to see how Hunter interact uh, with each sponsor, or even just going into a booth and just seeing how he interacts, just how he's growing up in the business, has just been phenomenal. And so, Hunter, uh, we applaud you for it, and just how you're growing, and just how you just keep on thriving to be able to do better. And and I'm looking forward, and we're looking forward to seeing what Colt does as well. So, Colt, it will uh, be fun to be able to get out on the boat with you as well. So,
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Now I need to tell you guys that I made a deal for you. You all know that Ricky Medlock from Leonard Skinner is a good friend of mine,
yes.
but I don't know if you know this or not, but he's a heck of a bass fisherman, and he said he'd be more than happy to do a podcast with you guys.
Well,
Oh.
we just so happen to have some dates coming up, so we'll talk to you about it. And we've got uh, Happy. You want to talk about what we have going on here, starting the beginning of the year?
What part?
Do you want to say, like, tell people who we got coming on this? Just in January.
Let me get my blender.
Well, he's getting his list out, and Will doesn't even know this. Colt doesn't know this yet, but Ricky Medlock's got some huge news involving Leonard Skinner and what they're going to dabble in the fishing industry. And they're looking to work with Colt and Hunter to help them get to where they need to be.
Which is
And
correct.
it's going to open up some doors for them.
You kind of broke up on that. Who?
Okay, can you hear me better now?
Yes, yes.
Okay, Will and Colt don't know this, but I've already talked to Ricky, and Leonard Skinner is going to get into something to do with fishing, and I'm not going to say what it is.
Heck
But they
yeah.
want to work with Colt and Hunter on it, and it's going to be some big news for both of them boys.
Oh, heck yeah.
Gerry,
You
I,
got me all.
What do you say? What'd you say, Will?
I said I hope we're starting a band.
No, they ain't starting to make. No,
Hey,
I can't say what it is. Ricky will have to. We're meeting
Oh, I
January
can't.
29th to discuss it in detail, but it's a huge thing.
I can't wait. I told Don about Ricky going to be able to spike it boat, and he was pumped. I
Oh
told Don.
he will be.
So, just this month. I mean, we're in January. I mean, we're kicking it off strong. But on the 6th, we got Laker Howe coming on.
Nice.
On the 13th, we got Lucas Black with the MLF, and he played in several movies. And then on the 20th, we have Stephen Browning with the Bass Pro Tour, and then none other than old Shaw Grisby. He'll be finishing off the month of January for us. So we got some big
That's
things
strong.
coming on. And
so
Lucas is
and then
dude. Lucas
And
lives out in St. Simons. He's a good dude.
yeah. Well,
Yeah,
I follow him, and I really like his content. I mean,
Yeah.
he's a jam up guy. He truly is.
Yes,
And
he is.
then we also had more breaking news that
yeah,
we broke 100 out of 163,000 podcasts. We are ranked 87th, and
yeah.
that's huge. We could not be more proud of what we have accomplished, and I mean, and what the sky's the limit. Sky's the limit.
Yeah. So next
Uh,
year's goal for the podcast is for us to crack the 50. So we need everybody to share, like, and do all the stuff and help get the Deck Talk podcast out. And so our goal next year for the podcast is to crack the 50 mark.
should
Nice.
should we go ahead and break the other one?
Yeah, go ahead.
So if you've noticed that can that's sitting behind Colin there, can you point
These
at it?
things,
That's Waze Energy. We just picked up a sponsorship from them, and they do our salute to valor. Um, so
Nice.
they instantly came right on board, and we talked to them, and they was happy. It's veteran owned, and they like what we stand for, what we do, and everything. And but all 100% of the proceeds and the funds go straight back into the veterans. So
Nice.
Yeah.
we're extremely proud of that. Matter of fact, we'll be taking a trip to Mississippi uh, in the near future to
yeah.
do something special down
So,
there.
yeah. And then, but with that being said, also we're talking about the salute to valor. If you are or were a veteran or have somebody in your family or friend that you want us to give a shout out for the salute to valor, um, send Pappy a email at Josh Vaughn at Deck Talk Podcast and get in contact with him, and he will tell you the information that he needs. Because we actually, on top of that, like we have had coins made for that were given out, and so for each person that we have come on, we've got one for the soldier and for a veteran as that we've had made, and so we are sending coins out for each person that we put on, just so they know that we care and for them and love them, and we couldn't be doing what we're doing if it wasn't for them. So if you have somebody or you are a veteran or even a soldier, reach out to us and we will give you a shout out. So um, we've had you on for almost an hour and 25 minutes, and I know Hunter and Gerry are sitting in a parking lot somewhere in Florida, and so we're gonna don't want to tie you up too much longer, but we do have a question that
Don't know.
I think
Ask him.
everybody has answered besides Colt, and so we're going to ask everybody though.
Hey,
The
hang
question,
on 1 minute.
yeah,
Hang on 1 minute. Hunter wants to say something before you get to the final question.
okay.
Uh-oh.
What'd you do? Hang on, we lost you.
We got
We
you.
can hear you.
Yeah, we can hear you. There he is.
There we go.
Hang on.
I see a bald head.
We're trying to get you back. Okay, Hunter, go ahead.
I want to thank you for putting us on this podcast.
Absolutely.
And
No, we want to thank y'all for
And,
coming, and y'all, you know that y'all are more than welcome anytime y'all want to come on. We enjoy doing this the podcast with y'all because we just like seeing what the adventures that y'all are doing, and especially now with the wild hunter baits. We love seeing the baits, and because Pappy and I kind of geek out on some baits, and so we love seeing what y'all are doing with that. So anytime y'all want to come on the podcast, y'all are more than welcome.
We're gonna send y'all
Thank
some
you.
special dates. We're gonna make some custom Colin and Pappy ones and send up there to you.
Hey,
Sounds
make
good.
sure
Sounds good.
Pappy's. If I could mute Pappy so he couldn't hear, but make sure his are hot pink.
Oh man, that's our special.
So, but
I'm not even gonna say nothing about Colin, so that'll be a private conversation.
so
Hey, we went to the headquarters though and pulled out the pink just to see what would happen, and we went to digging for more of them.
uh, well, I have. I mean, I say that just to kind of just to rag on Pappy, but I have caught a lot of fish on some hot pink though.
Oh yeah.
So, but Pappy, you want to ask our last question, and we'll let everybody kind of go through.
Absolutely. So, all right, guys, if you guys had one person that you could fish with, still with us or done moved on, who would it be and why?
I would pick Toby Keith because I really like the songs and I really like them.
Yeah,
I enjoyed hanging out with them.
Awesome.
yeah, it was very exciting to be able to hang out with him, and I think because what was it 2 years ago where he was at iCast Hunter,
Mm-hmm.
and I
Yep.
think y'all actually introduced me to him at iCast there, and so it was very it was an honor to be able to meet him, and hated to see him go at an early age. So
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Colt, you're up, buddy.
Probably him.
Oh, good answer. Neat.
let's see. Tanner said Colt's only answer should be his cousin Tanner. uh, Will, what
Okay.
about you, brother?
Me?
Yep.
Oh, it definitely gonna be my papa. To have him back, and I just pull up under next to a willow limb and just bottom fish with him in the river.
Heck yeah. Gerry, what about you, brother?
He went out to get gas.
Well.
Yeah.
So with that being said,
His answer would have
we're,
been rolling.
Jerry's got gas, so we'll leave it at that. But,
How about you, Colin? Who would it be?
um, well,
Oh no!
I actually, I actually got an
Mm?
answer that I usually say is my grandparents or my dad's dad, my grandpa, and my granddaddy.
Yep.
But this past summer, I actually got to fish with somebody else that I really truly enjoyed, which was since he's not in the vehicle right now, I could say I really enjoyed going out fishing with Gerry, and I
Yep.
learned so much about stuff out on the water with him. But I think I would love to be able to go fish with one of the legends, with either with Bill or Roland or Jimmy. I think
Hmm.
just being able to share a boat with them and just kind of chit chat about how they done things prior to, um, which we just had a podcast here last week that when we done a podcast with Bill, and just to hear his stories on things, it was phenomenal. And uh, and I enjoy those times, just being able to listen. My dad's dad, my grandpa, always told me that you have two ears and one mouth for a reason, and so being able to just to be on a boat and just uh, to listen to the stories and how they fished back. I mean, back in the '60s and '70s and stuff like that. And the crazy thing is, guys, the same techniques that they used back then still works today. And so, but I
And
think
even
that's
back
who
then,
I would
they were
pick.
way ahead of everybody else. I mean, the
Oh,
stuff
they
they were
were
doing, you
way.
would have never thought about.
Yeah. So to be able to go out and share a boat with either Bill, Roland, or Jimmy would probably be my answer. So, what about you, Pappy?
Gerald Swindle.
Yep.
He's one of my all time favorites. I would love to go fishing with Gerald Swindle. Not just because he's good at what he does, but just because he's funny.
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't
Yep.
know how much fishing I really
He's a
do.
good dude, man. Jerry, he posts some great stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he does. So, Hunter, did Jerry get back in the truck?
Yeah.
So, Jerry, who would you want to fish with? Who would you want to fish with?
I think I told you once before, and I'm going to use it again. Brian Kerschel, who won the
Yeah,
1994 Bassmasters Classic and died in an airplane crash.
yeah,
Him and I fished against each other back then, and he had a real good future looking ahead of him, and he died in an airplane crash not months after winning the Classic.
yeah. And would you take a whistle out with you?
I got whistles, dude. I can send you whistles. I can send you whistles if you want them. I do have Brian Kerschel whistles, and you know what's special is they had 100 of them made gold plated, and it had 1 to 100 on it. And his parents asked which one I wanted. I said 94, so I'd remember the year he won the Classic. So I have the gold one dated numbered 94.
That is awesome. That is awesome.
But I can
So,
send you. I have a case of them whistles. I can
oh
send
yeah.
you some whistles if y'all want some Brian Kerschel whistles.
Oh
Absolutely.
heck yeah. We'll put it right up here.
I'll put them when we send our package up to you guys of baits. I'll put some whistles in there.
Okay,
That's
that
good.
sounds great. So, so guys, next week, again, we're going to have Laker Hal on, and it's going to be a heck of an episode. And so, don't make sure you don't miss it. But we at Deck Talk and everybody here that's on the podcast right now, we want to wish everybody a happy New Year. Y'all be safe, and we we want to make sure that everybody arrives safely to whatever destination, and and if and if you are around us and you need somebody to take you home because you may have had a few adult beverages too many, holler at us and we will make sure that we will get you home. So, hope you enjoy the holidays, and we will see you here later on. Will, Colt, Hunter, and Jerry, thank you so much for coming on. It is always a blast to have y'all on.
Congratulations.
And
Well done.
and Pappy's got his new toy that he keeps on playing with, that soundboard um, that he's gonna, until it wears out, he's gonna have fun with that. So, but guys, thank you for watching. Make sure you share whatever platform that you're on. If you're on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, make sure you share this out for us to help us get big. Because again, our goal is to get within the top 50 in the Apple sporting podcast. This past year we did rank 87th, so we're so close, and we thank y'all for what y'all have done already with watching, and we will see you next week, and have a blessed one.
Thanks, guys.
See y'all.